Sure. Why not? I just did this on CBS Sports Network 30 minutes ago.
Did you?
Yes. I wish we could just take that, replay it here, and get on with our day. But here we are.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got Auburn as the 1 seed. I've got Alabama State winning later tonight. We talked about this earlier on CBS Sports Network. Tony Madlock is the Alabama State head coach, 55 years old. He was in his 50s before he became a Division I head coach. It's sort of been locked into that label of lifetime assistant, perhaps, and yet he gets an opportunity. And now he's got Alabama State in the tournament. His son is his third leading scorer. Just couldn't be happier for Tony, A, to finally get the shot he deserved, and B, to be taking advantage of it. Either way, they're going to, even if they win, they're a 1,000,000-point underdog to Auburn. I'm going to take Auburn to not become the latest 1 seed to lose to a 16. I've got Louisville over Creighton, comparable teams. I think Louisville was underseeded, but will benefit from playing in Rupp Arena. I'll take Louisville over Creighton. Michigan over UC San Diego. I just think that's interesting. Big Ten tournament champ, literally the last team we saw play before the selection show, cut down nets, all that stuff, is in a game with the school that most people don't even know exist. And they're only like a 2.5, 3-point favorite. Little bitty line, but I do think Michigan gets by there. I've got Texas A&M over Yale. Then I guess we keep going down. I've got Ole Miss over San Diego State, North Carolina winner. I've got Iowa State, even without Keyshawn Gilbert, getting past Lipscomb. Marquette over New Mexico, but I don't love that one. That's just, if I'm being honest, my little homie from Memphis, Cam Jones. I'm picking with my heart there, but New Mexico's been good all season. Donovan Dent's incredible. Michigan State, I've got advancing to face Marquette in the second round. I've got Auburn over Louisville, but I hate that Auburn even has to play that game. That's a mistake by the committee. You shouldn't be asking the number 1 overall seed to play a quality team that's underseeded 70 minutes from its campus, but that's what Auburn has to do. I think the Tigers are good enough to get past it, but they should not be in this game. I've got Michigan past A&M, Ole Miss over Iowa State, Michigan State over Marquette. Then we get to the Sweet 16. I've got Auburn over Michigan. I took Ole Miss over Michigan State. That would be an upset. Chris Beard's second year at Texas Tech resulted in a deep bracket run, got eliminated only by the eventual national champion Villanova. This could be something similar. I've got Auburn beating Ole Miss in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four.
Okay. So what is your, just for our listeners keeping track at home and not watching on the old YouTube, what is your biggest upset in the South?
Biggest upset in the South? Now you're just asking pop questions.
Well, it's your bracket. That felt very chalky.
Yeah, I don't think I picked a single first round upset.
Okay, so no surprise there. Do you have anything notable in that Sweet 16?
I mean, I've got Ole Miss over Michigan State.
There you go. Okay, so that would be it. That's your biggest upset. Yeah, Beard over Tom. Okay, I'll run through mine here. In the South, you've got Auburn, obviously moving along. I've got Louisville Creighton. Reminder, that's the first game on Thursday, CBS 12:15. I'm going to go with the Jays. Shouts to Nada for doing this in real time on the video version here, filling in for our audience. It's pretty cool. I'm going UC San Diego over Michigan. I'm going to take the Tritons. You fork and heard me right. I think that because they've got a really good defense that turns teams over, and the Tritons don't turn themselves over. This is a top 40 team. I don't know what this team is going to do with Vlad Golden. I don't know how it handles him, let alone Danny Wolf, but really the way that Golden operates in that offense, that is going to be a problem. But UC San Diego, here we go. I'm going to give this a go. You know there's no chance in hell Parrish was going to try and say this dude's name on the podcast, but I got it down. They got a guard, 6'6" senior, Anawaniwa Tate Jones. He is going to – Michigan has a good backcourt. Anawaniwa Tate Jones will be the best guard on the floor in this game. I think he's going to
I hope that don't show up in a shot sheet on I don't need that in a shot sheet.
You're in trouble.
Buddy, you get handed those shot sheets long enough, there ain't nothing you can't talk around.
All right, there we go. Anawaniwa Tate Jones. This is a trendy 12/5. I'm going to take the Tritons. Not only that, go ahead and move along the Bulldogs in that lower. Yeah, there you go, Gotti. Nada. Yale over UC San Diego. Yale over Texas A&M. Texas A&M can't shoot. It's the only top 4 seed that did not win a conference tournament game in this year's tournament. And James Jones has done this twice before. I'm going to take him again. Give me Yale. Moving on down. So here's the problem with doing this right now. I'm taking San Diego State to beat Ole Miss if San Diego State beats Carolina. If Carolina wins, I will take Ole Miss. But for the purposes here and now, I am having the Aztecs. I think every year except one, a first four team has made it minimally to the second round. I will have the Aztecs doing that. If it's Carolina, I will take Ole Miss in that situation. I've got Iowa State over Lipscomb. I know Cyclones fans, you're shocked to discover that. Give me in an awesome battle with Cam Jones and Donovan Dent. I will take the Lobos. I will take Richard Pitino and New Mexico to get that done. And then I've got Michigan State moving along. Scoop on back up here. I will have Auburn over Creighton. And I took Creighton to beat Louisville in a de facto road game. The Jays were not given any favors, but I've got Auburn moving along and not having to play Louisville in that situation. And I will go, you forking heard me right, Tritons over Yale. In the first year of this program's eligibility to make the NCAA tournament, I got them into the Sweet 16 and being one of the 2 or 3 biggest stories of the entire tournament by the time we get to Sunday night. Bottom half, Iowa State over San Diego State. They don't have Keyshawn Gilbert. I'm going to take Iowa State to the Sweet 16 regardless of opponent. And then I'll have Michigan State over New Mexico. Give me Auburn, nada, to get into the Elite Eight and beat UC San Diego. I will take Michigan State to get past Iowa State and get to the Elite Eight. And then I will have Auburn making the Final Four. By the way, Auburn, North Carolina, Iowa State, and who am I missing here? Auburn, North Carolina, Iowa State, Michigan State. They were all in Maui. This is the Maui bracket. All those teams were out there. I saw them earlier this year. Give me the Tigers to emerge from the South. What are we thinking on the West?